Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to Katemas. I am so excited for today's video because it's just more of a laid-back, chit-chatty, fun type of video, at least in my opinion. I came up with this idea a long time ago and have just kind of slowly been adding to it, and I feel like I have enough products to talk about, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be titling this or, you know, putting in the thumbnail and whatnot, but basically, I just want to talk about some products that when I see them released, I'm like, the only reason that has come out is because there's such a thing called social media, and there's such a thing as Instagram and YouTube where people want the crazy, weird things, and that's why that product was released. Does that make sense? Like I said, I'm still working on the title. By the time you guys see this, I'll have a good title, hopefully, figured out, and it will make a lot more sense than that long explanation. But yeah, there are just some products that just, they come out and it's just like, don't need it, it's really gimmicky, it doesn't even work, and the only people who are buying it are people who have Instagrams or are really into social media so that they can share the weird, crazy thing on their social media, at least in my personal opinion. I do want to clarify that this is all for fun, so if any of these products are like your staples, or you totally see a reason, or they work for you, or you think there is a benefit to them, that's great, but for me, this is just my personal opinion and something that I just see, and I'm just like, yeah, probably would have come out if we didn't have social media to share it with everyone about, or if we didn't want to make a really clickbaity Instagram tutorial featuring this product. So yeah, that is the gist of this video, but before we dive in, I do want to say that there is a giveaway going throughout the month of December as I do my Katemas 25 days of daily uploads from me. I will have the video linked up here, and also it'll be the first link that you see down in the description box, so if you want to check it out and enter, all the information will be in that video. But yeah, with that out of the way, now let's just hop right into it. Okay, so the very first thing that I think hit the scene and kind of set the stage for these very trendy, very gimmicky type products is the SiliSponge. Does anyone still use this product? This product here? I know I sure don't. I did buy one to try it out because it kept getting, you know, it was very mixed reviews even from the beginning, but overall, like, I felt like there was enough people that says, oh, this might be neat, and I ended up, I can't even remember, I think I was sent it, or I just had to pay for shipping to try it out. I ended up getting one and trying it, and also Smashbox made one that was supposed to be textured like your finger, which partly made more sense to me because I was like, okay, maybe if it has texture, it can help, but both of those didn't work. I mean, the SiliSponge was so, it just like was slip sliding your makeup around, and while it was great that you weren't wasting product, it wasn't a pleasant experience to apply. It was worse, in my opinion, than just using your hands, and I'm someone who doesn't like to use my hands because I feel like when you're applying your foundation, a brush just does such a better job at diffusing and giving a more airbrushed and well blended look. So anyway, yeah, those SiliSponge, when they hit, oh my goodness, it was all over Instagram, all over YouTube as well. People were reviewing it, people making really clickbaity Instagram little tutorials on it, and that's kind of, after that, I feel like is when people just started using everything and anything to apply their makeup, and those were some interesting moments. But the SiliSponge was definitely the start off, the springboard for the craze of, I apply my makeup with blank, and oh my goodness, that was a really crazy and intense phase. There were some moments that were very memorable. I wish that weren't so memorable. Very hard to forget, but oh my goodness, that was a craze that was, for a hot minute, it was all over Instagram, and it stayed and was so strong for so long. I was surprised, but I remember thinking even then, like, if we didn't have Instagram, would anyone be doing this? Like, yeah, I don't think so. Not long after that, I feel like there came the finger sponge. And I still see this every now and then, but I remember it coming out and being a kind of just like a beauty blender. This isn't a beauty blender. This is actually a Morphe sponge, but kind of like, you know, a makeup sponge like this, except really small and fits onto your finger so that you can just use your finger to apply. And I saw this and I was just like, I mean, maybe it could work for concealer. Sure, I could see that because, you know, your finger, nice and small area, I get that. But like, can you imagine blending out your foundation with your finger? I feel like that would just take so long. And a lot of the clickbait little Instagram videos that I saw were people applying their foundations or doing their full makeup routine with a sponge on the tip of their finger. And it was just like, what's the point of that? Like, why? I didn't understand that one. That was a really weird trend. Didn't stick around for long. probably because it's just so much extra work that you can just kind of look at it and be like, yeah, sponge on my finger, not practical. But it was a little bit of a trend, and I feel like the only reason it came out and that brands released it was because it would be like, hey, at least Instagrammers are going to buy this and make a funny video, and maybe it'll make a good gag gift, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that was one that I feel like probably wouldn't have ever been released if not for social media. Okay, do you guys remember the pizza wheel? I think MAC was the original creator, and then a lot of brands did it after that. I get MAC trying to be innovative, and I can see it being a little more practical and getting a really sharp line for a makeup artist doing it to somebody. And I do have one from Butter London, I think we got in a BoxyCharm, and it does work nice to make sure your line stays nice and straight, kind of doing your wing. But if you try to do it for anything else, especially on yourself, it is not easy. It makes doing your liner so much harder, and for a lot of people who don't do wing liner too, you usually just want a line, and I feel like that's pretty easy to get with a pen, but trying to do it with this teeny tiny little pizza roller, oh my goodness, it was so hard. And I remember I tried it a couple times like that, but then it's like, this is too much work. I would use it to get the angle that I wanted, and then I would just use a regular felt pen. And honestly, now I never use it because I have my Vamp stamp, and it does it and gives a little bit more than the pizza wheeler, and it's just a lot easier than that little pizza cutter. But yeah, I feel like this is something that MAC tried to really do something different, but also knew that it would get a lot of hype and talk because it was such a unique and different product than anyone had ever seen yet on the market, and that's why it was launched. Yeah, I don't know what you think, if you think this was actually a practical item that could work for some people. Like I said, I can kind of see from a makeup artist standpoint, because I feel like if you're using that doing makeup on someone, you probably have a much easier time because you can just tell them to close their eyes, and you can, hold their skin, nice and still and draw it on like a pizza cutter. But if you're doing it to yourself, one, you're having to blink, you have the little creases, you're still trying to see. I just didn't see many people having a lot of success with that. And then also too, even the people who do have success, I feel like it just makes your eyeliner routine 20 times longer than usual. And yeah, while maybe it's a bit of an innovative idea if you are a professional doing it on someone, for the most part, I feel like in general it was just a really neat trend on Instagram that made for a lot of really cool clickbaity thumbnails, and it had its moment, and it's now gone. So Ciate London, I haven't tried many products from them, if any at all, really. I feel like they started as a nail polish brand, and then they've slowly been getting it more into makeup. I believe that's their origin. I could be wrong. But anyway, Ciate London, a couple years ago, came out with Glitter Flip liquid lipsticks. And I remember the moment I saw this, I was like, the only reason they came out with that is because people have social media. Like, if people didn't have social media, it probably wouldn't even be a thing. If it was a thing, though, it wouldn't even be that big of a deal, because the whole magic of the product is that you apply it and it looks like a regular liquid lipstick, like a matte liquid lipstick, and then you put your lips together, pull them apart, and all of a sudden you have glitter liquid lipsticks. And my thinking was, like, if you don't have an Instagram account where you can make a clickbait type of thumbnail for people to watch and watch you transform from matte, hey, it's matte, now it's glitter lips, or a YouTube channel where you can do that, what's the point of a liquid lipstick that you apply first? First off it's matte, and then you put your lips together and it's glitter. Like, why don't you just have your glitter matte liquid lipsticks like they already have on the market? Because anyone in their day-to-day life is going to apply their lipstick and walk out the door. It's not like they can be like, hey, watch this, and do it, and then, hey, watch this. You can't do it again. It's only a one-time thing. So I was just like, I don't know about that one. I feel like if you want glitter liquid lipsticks, you can just buy glitter liquid lipsticks, and that's what people would do. But because there's such a thing as social media, because there's such a thing as clickbait really bringing in the views, they came out with a glitter flip liquid lipstick so you could do it once on camera, and ooh, it'd be all so cool, and everyone would watch and you would get all these views. So yeah, I know there were probably people who purchased it just wanting a glitter liquid lipstick, but like I said, I feel like there were already some on the market. I haven't even heard good things about the Ciate London glitter flips, in that them being comfortable to wear, long wearing. I don't really see anyone ever wearing them unless they're doing a video to show you, hey, this is how it applies, and this is, the flip that it does when you put your lips together. I don't ever see anyone wearing it like in their description box or anything. I never see anyone sporting it anymore. So it's kind of like, yeah, that was just a little trend that came in and left. And the only reason that brand released that product is because they knew it would do well, initially at least, because of social media. And last up would have to be glitter peel-off masks. They came out with a peel-off mask, but it had glitter in it. And that one right there was like, you know, not even just for Instagrammers or YouTubers or people who have a big following, but also like anyone who has social media in general. Like, that's the only reason that product came out, was because it would look really pretty to take a selfie in, or really cute to take a selfie in and have a mask on you that has glitter in it. Like, that's literally the only reason, because, you know, you take it, I don't know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, people would put their masks on in the bathroom and wash it off, and no one ever thought to like take a selfie masking, or even talk about masks, or, you know, making an Instagram video about masks and whatnot. So I feel like this is totally a product that has come out because of social media, and because it will make a really cool thumbnail, it'll make a really cool video, it'll make a really cool selfie because you have a mask on, but it has glitter in it, so it's pretty when you have it on. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, there's absolutely no benefit to having glitter in a mask except that it looks pretty. And for the average consumer, in my opinion, like, I don't really care how pretty I look when I have a mask on. My husband and kids still think I look kind of weird and crazy just because I have my, you know, face covered in this mask. I don't think glitter would help it that much, but hey, who knows, maybe my daughter would be okay with it because she does like glitter. So anyway, all that to say, I just feel like the glitter peel-off masks were totally made and produced and released by brands because they knew it would do well because of social media, and because of YouTubers showing it and featuring it, and because of people liking to, you know, take selfies and share it on, you know, Insta stories, Snapchat, Vine, TikTok, whatever they all are, all the different ones that we have nowadays. That's why they released that product. On the heels of that, I should include, I feel like sheet masks and peel-off masks in general have kind of also been released and are a thing and are so trendy and popular because of social media. Because, I mean, thinking about it, I feel like the most often when I look into like, are peel-off masks good for you, I feel like they're typically not, just because you're pulling at your skin so much. And then when I look into like sheet masks, a lot of places, it depends on the product itself and like what's in it. But in my opinion, like something that's only on for like 5 minutes or less, I just have a hard time seeing that really doing much, and then you kind of take it off and throw it away. Whereas, you know, typically, historically, or not even historically, but like in the past, typically a face mask would be on for like 20 minutes, and then you would wash it off, and I could kind of see how that would help. But I guess, you know, sheet masks, I can see the benefit of like hydration, because you really put it on there for 5 minutes, and then when you take the sheet mask off, you still have like the essence that you can rub in. So I guess I can see that being beneficial, but I don't know. I have a hard time seeing peeling face masks being anything but fun to do, or, you know, great content for an Instagram tutorial or something like that, because I don't know, I just have a hard time. I don't like using them just because I feel like I'm just constantly pulling at my skin and whatnot, and I feel like the less I do that, the better. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about sheet masks and peel-off masks, what your thoughts are, if those are really good or if those are more so trendy just because of social media. I didn't want to include them because, as you just heard me talk back and forth, I can see the pros and the cons, so I'm not really sure, but bit of a rabbit trail here at the end. I figured it's a shorter video, we can take some liberties, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because I'm a little torn. So yeah, those are all the products that I thought of that I was just like, you know what, the only reason those came out was because we have social media, because we have Instagram, because we have YouTube, because we have, you know, like to take selfies and share it amongst our friends and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my picks down below, that the main reason that they were released was just to get some hype and sell some products on social media while it was trendy and weird and would get really good thumbnails and clickbait and whatnot? Let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know any products that I missed. I really tried to think back over the past year, 2, 3 years and think about all those trends that were just so hot for so long, and then they just died because they were gimmicky products that were only released because of social media. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if it's in the month of December, make sure you go check out the link in the description box for the giveaway if you are interested in entering. It's just a way that I can say thank you and give back to you guys. There are going to be 3 winners, lots of great prizes, so don't forget to check that out. But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for participating in Katemas this year, and I will see you very soon in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.